trick that I learned in the Army. I don't know if you can hear me too good. I apologize for the sound quality there. I'm working on that. Anyhow, I got these are just the leg bottoms off of a pair of Army rain pants. I cut the legs off, and I made gaiters out of them. And I used these when I was overseas several times to keep the water out of my boots and out of my feet, and my feet dry, and they worked. And I didn't have any problems with my feet. And they're pretty simple. You just throw them on, get yourself some 100-mile-an-hour tape or duct tape, and just wrap them up. And you don't wrap them real tight because you want your legs to breathe a little bit. And you don't want to cut off your circulation either. So, just do that. You get these really neat, fold them over best you can so they don't snag and stuff as much as possible. But this is something I learned in the Black Forest in November. Late November, and it was cold. Anyhow, get yourself some 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape, preferably a flat color. This isn't flat, but it'll work for this little improv demonstration. And you might have to play with it a little bit and figure out, whatever works best for you, but anyway, it works something like that. And then I just fold back the end of it like that, so I can get a hold of it later. Take it all off. Anyway, just something like that. And then, just to double ensure, this is something you want to get a few rolls of and throw it in your pack. Good to have for wounds, sealing up quick suture jobs if you're in a hurry. Anyhow, just a little added extra insurance here. And you don't do it real tight, just tight enough. Fold the end over, put it there, and I'm ready to romp through the snow anywhere. And it'll keep all the crap out of your boots. Now these are water-resistant boots. They're desert boots, but they're insulated. And I'd use them if I had them in a pinch. That's all I had. When I did this, I had winter issue combat boots. They were pretty good boots, and they had a pretty good sole, Vibram sole, and they were well insulated. And I used to slog them with snow seal all around, keep all the nooks and crannies from collecting water. But in a pinch, I'd do that to these too. So better than what the Indians had. And anyhow, because they issued out Gore-Tex bottoms, for the guys, and I didn't like them because they make a lot of racket. When you're going through the bush, you don't want to be making a lot of racket, so a lot of swishy noises and stuff. And I like to be able to move free, and I wanted my upper legs to be able to breathe good, because I was doing a lot of running and hiking and hard work with my legs, and I just didn't want the added restriction of those pants, those extra Gore-Tex pants, because you have a tendency to get overheated as well. And I didn't, because you know, you're sitting around doing nothing for a while, wearing all that snivel gear, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're gone. So you have to make some sort of compromises there as far as different layers of stuff to wear. And you know, if you're moving around enough, you stay pretty warm, and you don't get a really good sweat going. But when you start moving and grooving, you get a good sweat on it, and that's why it's good to layer up and have like a pair of silkies underneath. Use your first layer to wick away the moisture from your skin, and stay away from cotton. I used wool. We had these wool sweaters, man, they were great. And then I had a Gore-Tex top, but the Gore-Tex top had these vents underneath the arms, and I would just open up the front and keep my web gear a little loose around there, and then you'd be able to, you know, move and groove and not get into any kind of a cold weather casualty issue going on. Because some of the guys I was with, they went out for the whole day, and they stupidly, they were wearing flak vests. They were required by some upper level pencil pusher to wear their damn flak vests while they were in the tracks. And then when they jumped out of the tracks, well, they were responsible for the flak vests, so they kept them on, right? Well, they're out running around with these flak vests on, and they got hypothermia. And they all came back, and some were hallucinating pretty bad. They saw Jimi Hendrix out there, and you know, a few other people. But anyhow, but this ought to keep your feet dry, and it kept mine dry, and I was out there for days and days and days. And it pays every chance I could at night, or you know, whenever things quieted down. I'd take all this off. I'd take my socks, and I had another pair of socks. I'd wash my feet, throw some nice wool socks on, and some nylon socks first, and then wool, and then go with that. And I was fine. I didn't have any problems. Anyhow, a little trick of the trade.